When I was 9 years old, I was during library day for my class. I went to a Catholic elementary school. We went up to our school library, and I found this book called Child of Woe, and I was really surprised with its subject matter. The book is all about child abuse, and the the it's an autobiography about this man named Maury Blair, and he's a Canadian like I am, and it's all about him overcoming the abuse that he endured the first 13 years of his life, and and when you find out exactly how he turned from being an abused victim into being just a normal loving grown up. It's really quite a fascinating read, even though it was like almost 20 years ago when I read it. I've been to read the book in a long time, but I never forget the message of it. Maury Blair he's a preacher, and he often talks about to give people motivation and to give inspiration. It talks about his abused childhood. Even though I haven't read the book in a long time, I still do watch Maury Blair clips on YouTube. And I am lucky to say that Maury and I are friends on Facebook. So, the book got made into a short film a few years ago. And I just wish that it was made into a full length feature film instead of a short film, because the short it's about 13 minutes long, and yeah, when you look at some other films that deal with child abuse, the one thing that immediately comes to mind is there are the two films about Sylvia Likens. And the two movies that were made about her, one with Elliot Page and Catherine Keener, and the other one, which was more of a fictional take on it, are better known than Maury Blair's story. And the one with Elliot Page and Catherine Keener was absolutely horrible. I hate to say it, that movie freaking stunk. But because Maury Blair's story deals with the abused victim surviving, I thought that it would have been a much better take if it was made into a full length feature film. So because what happens in this film in this story is we get Maury. We get his story as a child, and when he evolves into like when the abuse stops. But I wanted to see more of how he was able to not be an abuser himself, and how how he didn't hit the bottle when he got to when he was a grown up himself. But whatever. This is still a very fascinating tale about survival. So Maury Blair, his mother had him out of wedlock, and his stepfather didn't want anything to do with him, and yeah, Maury, he was unloved, but which that's one thing, but Maury was loathed by his stepfather, and would come home totally drunk, beat the hell out of him, and yeah, Maury would spend countless nights up in the attic, looking through cracks in the floor and looking through the cracks in the ceiling. And he wasn't allowed to do anything. And if anyone ever showed any sort of affection towards Maury, they'd get beaten up too. But there was one day when he was around 13, and all changed. His stepfather was about to, he was really going to kill him that day. But his short little mother comes over and she says, "In the name of Jesus, put that boy down." And it was almost like, it was pretty much like divine intervention when his stepfather finally stopped with everything, because she said, "In the name of Jesus." And that was how Maury knew that God had different plans for him. Yeah, this is a very, very it's like, of course, I can't say it as well as Maury, because Maury, not only is it his story, Maury's just simply a better speaker than I am. But when he talks about the different steps that he took in order to be just a normal guy, not an alcoholic or a convict or an abuser himself, it's very, very fascinating and touching the way that he is able to explain everything. Okay, one thing that I like about his story is that he talks about being saved by Jesus, and of course I'm a believer too. And that's one of the reasons why I like Maury's story. But even if I was an atheist, I would probably still be very, very touched and very, very awe-inspired by Maury's story. So yeah, this is the first time that I'm going to be doing. This is actually the first time I'm doing a short film review, and yeah. Even though, of course I can see the time on this, it's almost been quite a while, one of my longer videos, and Maury, yeah, he's been pretty inspirational. I haven't had any sort of abuse on me. My parents are loving, and they're still married, and yeah, I can't imagine Maury and his abused childhood. So yeah, Maury, if you're watching this, I hope that I did justice reviewing your short film. I'm going to give Child of Woe 3.5 stars out of 4. Please subscribe.